We all know the mantra, pay your dues and graduate from college, and you'll enjoy a successful career. So for some, the goal is a bachelor's degree. There's an unspoken belief that the job market is just waiting for hordes of ambitious, eager young graduates to slide into high-paying jobs in the corner office. But statistics tell a different story. This is known as the skills gap. You must have the technical and employable skills industry requires in order to compete for jobs within your chosen career.
We have already understood about the wet process of cement production. But do you know that most of the cement manufacturing plant in India, they uses the dry process, and there is a reason behind it. In the dry process, much less energy is consumed. So let us understand how this dry process of cement manufacturing take place. In the dry process, raw material are crushed, dry, and fed in correct proportion into the grinding mill, where they are dried and reduced to fine powder. So basically in the dry process, the crushing of the raw materials happen before the addition of water. So this is the basic difference between the wet process and the dry process. Now, the dry powder is called the raw meal, which is further blended and corrected for its right composition and mixed by the means of air compressor. So in wet process we used to make the slurry, but in dry process we used to make a blend which is known as the raw meal, and it is then corrected to the correct composition. So the benefit of this is that the water is not required while grinding the raw material. It is grinded in a dry condition, and then by the means of compressed air it is mixed in a correct proportion. Now the blend meal is further sieved and fed into the rotating disc called granulator. A quantity of water about 12% by weight is added to make the blend meals into pellets. So only 12% of water is added, whereas in the wet process 30 to 40% water is added. So the water use is highly reduced in this dry process. This is done to permit airflow for the exchange of heat for further chemical reaction. And we should understand that this 12% water is added. This is also the reason to convert the raw material into pellets so that the air can flow, so that the heat exchange can take place and the further chemical reaction can take place, and conversion of the same into clinkers further into the rotary kiln. So once the raw meal is fed into the rotary kiln, then due to the very high temperature, which is 1500 degrees Celsius, the chemical reaction take place and the raw material convert into clinkers. Now similarly to the wet process, this clinker is further grinded into a fine particles and then packed into the bags. Now this is the major reason why the dry process is used rather than the wet process, because it is more economical, that is more profitable for the industry, making this method more familiar or more popular among the industry. It is more economical method since total consumption of coal in this method is only 100 kg against 350 kg in the wet process. So basically in the dry process less energy is consumed and hence it is cheap. This is the major reason why wet cement processing plants is replacing by dry cement processing plants.
Education is core to our economy. But in order to guide our educational systems and maximize future income, we must understand the misalignment between education and our work. The university degree is no longer the guaranteed path towards financial success as it was for previous generations. And even if you do earn one, that education alone may not be enough. In today's highly technical, knowledge-based economy, Having hands-on skills and perfecting what you're good at can be more valuable than getting a degree in something simply to get one. Employers want to know what you can do and what you can do well, not just what degree hangs on your wall. Is career exploration. Understand the jobs available, the income ranges they pay, and evaluate the skills they require. Identifying is to align your interests and abilities with your first career choice and the education and training you'll need to receive. This alignment will help bring your future into focus and ensure your position at the top of the pay scale in your chosen career.